In fact, we had this back in June. It's sold out because all of our ANTOP antennas sell out so quickly. It's not only our #1 antenna brand here at HSN, it's also one of the #1 antenna manufacturers in the entire country. But if you have an antenna, you can watch a lot of channels that broadcast free. ABC, CBS, NBC, PBS, Fox, Univision, tons of local channels. You'll get the weather and you'll get the news and you'll get them for free. Best of all, this is the longest range we've ever offered. It's 85-mile range, and you can install it indoors or outdoors, so you are gonna get the best reception possible. We're gonna give you a lot of fun extras today, but jump right in. We have FlexPay for you as well. But I would hate for you to miss out. Not only is it back by popular demand, this is also the lowest price we've ever offered on the ANTOP antenna. So,
yeah, and this is the best of the best. You know, when it comes to we've offered different types of ANTOP antennas. This is the longest range. This is indoor, outdoor. This is the one that has the Smart Boost technology built in, which means it's an amplified signal. So even if you live in the middle of the city, or if you live way out in the country, as long as you're basically anywhere, you can get a really good signal. So let's talk about this for a minute. The power booster that's built into this antenna is proprietary. It only is found on this ANTOP antenna. And what it means is you have this omnidirectional signal. So no matter where your antenna is, you don't constantly have to be turning it a little to the left, turning it a little to the right, always finding the right tower. But to take a step back, why have antennas become so popular? We've sold over 60,000 ANTOP antennas. Again, the #1 antenna manufacturer in America since I think the very end of 2017. The fact is, the technology has changed, gotten really, really good, and people are all of a sudden going, wait a minute, I don't have to pay to watch television. Now, I pay a bill every month to watch television at my house, but I don't have to. So I can watch high definition ABC, high definition NBC, high definition CBS. I can watch channels like TBN and the CW and Fox and PBS and Univision and NBC. I can watch all of these channels for free in up to 1080p high definition just by plugging this into my television, no monthly fees.
Fantastic. In fact, if you're wondering, I wonder what channels I could get for free in my neighborhood, we have this really cool feature on hsn.com where all you do is type in your zip code and address, and it will tell you what channels you would be able to receive with your ANTOP antenna, especially if you're near a major metropolitan area. When I plugged in my antenna, I was like, whoa, I didn't even know we had all these channels. This is just a few of the channels. There's so many other local channels that you will receive, and especially when it comes to the most important things you need to know, news and weather.
News, weather, sports.
You cannot beat local programming for what's happening in your neck of the world.
That's right. You know, a lot of people, even just for emergency situations, will want to have an antenna somewhere in their house. Stations are broadcasting in your area. It is federal law that the same television that a lot of us pay to come into our house on wires every month is broadcast for free all of the time as well, because emergency information has to be available to everyone. Local weather, local news, all of those things have to be available to us. The thing is, we have to have the device which captures that signal that's already in the air and puts it on our television, and that's exactly what this antenna does. Now here's an example of what we're watching, what we can watch for free right here. We're in St. Petersburg, Florida. We get about 66 channels. Right now, for free, we can watch the news, of course, on WFLA, high definition. We could watch MASH, one of the first plays I was at. Did you guys know MASH was a play? It was indeed a play as well. The FBI Files, we could watch Wheel of Fortune, we could watch Archie Bunker, we could watch Deadly Wives, Modern Marvels, on and on and on. And every single one of these that you see right now, these are all Inside Edition, according to Jim, they're all free, every single channel. And you see, we get about 66 channels. And in fact, you'll see right here, there's QVC and there's HSN. If you're wondering what channels are you gonna get or how are you gonna know what's on at any given time, if you have a newer television, you'll probably be able to pull up a guide like this. But if you don't, it's no problem, because we're including something called My TV 24. which will allow you to get a TV guide on your tablet, on your smartphone, on your computer. It's a service that we're paying for a year. So you can always just consult that to see what's on. You can also just type in your zip code, like in a Google search. It's really easy to see what's on live all the time. But the key is, think of the things you love, the shows that you love to watch. 94 of the top 100 shows in America are on free broadcast television every day. So they are free to watch so long as you have an antenna. You don't have to subscribe to anything to watch 94 of the top 100 shows in America. Now, I'm not saying by any means that you only want to have an antenna in your house. Maybe you do. A lot of people are totally going to a way that they don't pay for television every single month. That's fine. If you want to maybe use this in the basement, or you want to use it in the sewing room, or you want to use it in the guest room, or you want to use it at the cabin, or you want to use it at the RV, whether you have power to the antenna or don't have power to the antenna, it works.
Wow, that's really amazing, because think about it. A lot of us love our cable or our digital TV or our satellite TV, but maybe you don't want to put a box in every single room and attach it to every single TV. This is a great option for those extra areas, or maybe a vacation home. I've heard of people using them just tailgating. You know, you want to like watch the game, you know, right at the tailgating, right in the parking lot. You can do that with ANTOP. But here's what I want you to know. If you possibly could watch most of your favorite shows for free, why would you want to pay any more than you have to? In fact, I think the antenna is a wonderful addition to a streaming service that maybe you just pay for your favorite Roku. Maybe you have an Amazon Fire Cube or a Fire Stick, or maybe you've got Apple TV. And ANTOP antenna is a wonderful complement to a media streamer, so you can still get maybe your Netflix or your Amazon Prime or your Hulu or your YouTube. But now you get the best of both worlds when you add an antenna. So I want you to know this is the lowest price we've ever offered. We took $50 off the price. It's the longest range we have. So maybe if you tried an antenna in the past and maybe you just thought, I don't know what it is, I'm just not getting the channels I thought I would. Maybe you need that longer range. Maybe you need this 85 miles. It's the longest range we offer. And today we also have free shipping as well as 5 interest-free monthly payments. Just $24 to get it home. And then how easy is it to set up and get started?
So easy.
First of all, what kind of TV can we use this with?
Any TV. So as long as your television has a coaxial cable input on it, which it does, and as long as your television is after, I think, about 2003, you'll be good to go. So it brings in a high definition signal, again, up to 4K, 1080p or 4K, whatever kind of television you have. And here's what you do. You plug it in to the same place where you would plug in your cable, the little coaxial port. That's all you need. Now, I have it connected to the amplifier, and the amplifier would be plugged into the wall. You do not have to use the amplifier. So if you're in a situation where you don't have power, you don't have an extra plug, maybe you're tailgating, you know, like you said, or whatever, that's fine. This can be what they call a passive or an active antenna, but the key is you don't have to pay to watch television anymore. I think that's really what it comes down to, is the top 94 out of 100 shows in America are on free broadcast TV every single day. A lot of us are paying every month. Every single month we're paying what we would pay one time to get an antenna home, right?
Maybe you're paying for channels you never watch.
Huge point.
No one wants to pay for stuff they never use. Where would we put that antenna?
So you can put it indoors, great question, indoors or outdoors. There's a couple of things that make this one. I sort of started the presentation by saying this is the best of the best, right? There's several different options in the ANTOP line. This is an indoor or an outdoor antenna. So if you wanted to put it outside and run a cable in, you could. We include 40 feet of cable to do that. Now, what most people will do, what I do, it sits right next to my television. You'll put it inside, you'll plug it right into your television. The reason you can put it outside is this can be a whole home solution. So if you want to run this into basically the main switch in your house where all of your coaxial runs to all your different rooms, this will power all of the TVs in your house, not just one. That's one of the big differences. If you decide, okay, you know what, I'm gonna do this for real. I'm not gonna pay any more for any televisions in my house. I'm gonna use this as my main antenna. It's absolutely built and designed to do that. Many of us will go the easy route. We'll put it right next to the TV where we want it. We'll screw it in and we'll be done. We'll never pay another dime, but we'll watch all our local news, all our local sports, all our local weather. And with the omnidirectional capability, this is a big deal too. I'm sure you remember, many of us remember rabbit ears, right? You had to move the rabbit ears to the left or move them to the right or put the tinfoil between them, whatever, right? With the omnidirectional capability of this antenna, you don't have to do that. So it will, there are no blind spots. It will detect all of the towers within 85 miles around you to watch, again, all your local news, all your local weather, all your local sports. What are your favorite shows to watch? High definition, ABC, NBC, CBS. Is it the CW? Is it Univision? Is it HSN? Is it QVC? These are all broadcast channels that are available in just about certainly the vast majority of areas, but you don't have to pay every single month to watch them anymore.
Isn't that nice? You just pay this once and then you're done. You own the antenna, and the rest of the broadcast channels that you'll receive are free. So let's go over something else. In case you have any questions, I want you to know what this antenna brand, ANTOP, is famous for, and that is their US-based customer support.
Great point.
So if you have any questions, now it's very simple. You're gonna plug it in, you're gonna go to your TV, it's gonna scan for local channels, and then you'll see what you can watch. But if you have any questions along the way, tell us how great their customer support is.
So you guys can see the information on your screen, on the left side of your screen. It's US-based customer support, and I encourage people all the time. You're probably going to set up 1 or 2 antennas in your lifetime. It's not something you do every day, right? The folks at ANTOP do it all day long, every day. So they know, if you call with a question, if you get it home and for some reason you're not getting as many channels as you wanted to get, or it's not as clear as you wanted to, or whatever it is, just call them. They have so many tips and tricks. For example, they might tell you, get a little closer to a window, or put it a little higher, or they might say, what's your zip code? Oh, well, here's where your tower, try the things that, frankly, I don't set up antennas all day long every day that I can't even tell you to do. Don't hesitate to call them. They do such a very good job. And another really cool thing I'll just mention that we include additionally is a month of a service called Philo. Philo is a service where you get 58 channels on your digital devices, and you can also record on your digital devices. And you kind of mentioned earlier, what a lot of people do is they're either streaming with a device from Apple or a device from Amazon, or they're using Roku or whatever, but they're missing their local channels, their local news, their local sports, their local television. What we've done today is put together a package that really kind of encompasses all of that, with the addition of Philo for some of those things that aren't broadcast channels, then of course, with all of your broadcast channels built into the antenna.
Isn't that great? And the other great reason to do something like an antenna is that what if your cable or your dish or your satellite goes down?
In a storm.
Then you can't watch anything. You can't get one channel, but there are all these other channels broadcasting for free, right? If you had your antenna up,
that's right,
you'd be able to watch at least local
Very often
channels.
The cable is the first thing to go, right? Particularly if you have a generator in your house, the cable's gone, but your antenna does not need power to work. That's a really important thing. So in an emergency, you certainly want to have an antenna around.
Yeah, it's such a great idea. Our ANTOP antennas always sell out. They're very popular. This is the lowest price we've ever offered. It's worth every single penny, because what you spend on this antenna is probably what you're spending on some of those monthly bills right now. And you can get your money back. Thank you so much, Aaron.
Such a pleasure. Thanks for having me,
Great to
Sarah.
see you.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you so much. Okay, welcome back, Aaron Berger. And don't go anywhere. We got more Samsung. In fact,